Shalom, 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 beloved angelic family and Gentiles. Today, let's talk a little bit about earth seeds and star seeds. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, fair use is invoked for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute when an otherwise infringement may occur. Usages for nonprofit educational purposes tips the balance in favor of fair use. So I um, found a definition for star seed, and so I'm going to assume that if it's not a star seed, then it's an earth seed, right? So in the Emerald Tablets of Thought, he said, "Now, O man, when I had this knowing, happy my soul grew, for now I was free. Listen, ye spaceborn, list to my wisdom." So if you're spaceborn and you're stars, that means you're star seed. List to my wisdom. Know ye not that ye too will be free? Because thought had come out of his body, but unlike star seed, um, he was not born a starseed. He was actually a child of man, and he was in Atlantis. But because of his burning desire for knowledge, he became a child of light. And so I'm assuming that this is what happens when the Gentiles cling to us. They come under us at some shape, form, or fashion. They become a part of us. And this is what happened to thought. And he said, "List ye again, O man, to my wisdom, that hearing ye too might live and be free. Not of the earth are ye earthy, but child of the infinite cosmic light. Know ye not, O man, of your heritage? Know ye not you are truly the light? Son of the great Sun, when ye gain wisdom, truly aware of your kinship with light." So the children of light are actually the star seeds. Anybody else, you can pretty much assume that they are earth seeds, or, could have been created in somebody's laboratory. I'm just saying, but either way, it is what it is. So we are children of light. Israel, not Israel. It's not Israel, it's Israel, the light being. This is why they caused all this confusion and messed everything up to make us think that those people are us. They've never been us. They can never be us. They're a fake um, group of people who are stuck in a body in their physical avatars, because they can never ascend from those bodies. And this is what we have to understand, or understand, overstand the difference between us and them. And a lot of people who think that they are us, they're not. And you're going to know whether or not you are an earth seed or star seed, because it's imperative that we know where our walk is, what our potentials are, and how we proceed to go on now. Because where we are is where we are. The separations have occurred. The heart, we've all made decisions about our walk, what we were going to do and how we were going to do it, what we would not do, and what we trust and what we don't trust. When we started with the experiments, that was one group of people. The people who wanted to stay in the Bible, that was another group of people. The people who were not just in the Bible, but when other books, that's another group of people. Then you have the people who are New Testament only. That's another group of people. See, there are a lot of seeds on the earth, but there are not a lot of star seeds on the earth, because when you make those decisions, we have to we free agency, and so that's what it is. We made it in our heart. And so these are the people we are. So today we're going to really kind of find out. In fact, you don't have to believe me at all. I suggest that you go over to the brother Neophyte Dag and look at his last video. In fact, go check. I've only checked out the last one and one prior to that I looked at, but I'm gonna go watch all of his vids. But I suggest that you go look at that brother's vids. Neophyte, I think it is, space DAG, a DAG. I think that's what it is off the top of my head. But go look at that brother's videos, because he really did bear witness to a lot of the knowledge that I've been obtaining, and it was absolutely amazing. I was completely overwhelmed by what I saw and what I heard, and how he had used this esoteric knowledge, and he brought it to go listen to that brother's videos. So on the screen right now, there are two trees of life. That's above, so below. Okay. They each have 12 spears, because there are 12 tribes, there are 12 constellations, okay? Um, if you want to have 10 tribes, okay, because the tribe of Dan is no longer there, in Revelations, he didn't have that tribe did not have a gate, okay, a pearly gate. And the Levites, I guess you can leave the Levites out, but there are 12 tribes. They're told by the constellations. And so some people want to have 10, 9, some people want to have 11, whatever, whatever, okay? But from what we were told, some people want to have 13. So I guess how many ever tribes you want to have, you can have them, go with it, okay? But on this screen, I'm going to go with the 12. I'm going to follow the constellation, the astronomy, and the astrology based on the 12 constellations and the deacons, and how they're set up. That's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so this is what's on the screen right now. So you have density one, which is the base man. You have gross matter. I went through this, and I went through this in another video as far as what these are. The etheric, semi-etheric, the Christos divine, up at 10, 11, and 12. Okay. So when you look at this, you see the 369 over that Nikola Tesla was talking about, the base menu, the electromagnetic flow. This is where all of it came from. It came from the positive and the negative, and the center is neutral. We'll go in another video. I'll go over the base menu, all of this information. I'll go over it in another video. But right now, we're going to find out what a earth seed is and a star seed. Okay, that's what we're going to focus on. So in this picture, you'll see on the right-hand side that there are 15 primary rays of lower heavens, okay? So when you start talking about the 15 primary rays, you start talking about the rays, the colors of the chakras, what they call the chakras, okay? So but the rays are they're mentioned, spoke about those too, about in the Emerald Tablet when you talk about the Lords of Light. Okay, I'm going to go over and I'm going to break down the seven Lords. I'm going to go and break down those seven Lords, but they all deal, the Lords are the angelics that deal with the certain race. Every angelic that deals with every ray color has a specific angelic that deals with that ray, and it goes through the transformation, transmutation, everything when it goes to the planets. The Gentiles are still confused about the reason, that the solar winds are coming to the earth or why it's taking so long. And it's because they're transformed and they're transmuted, transformed through the planets. And based on the colors is how they come through the earth, based on the planets determine the colors, and that's how they hit the earth. And then they hit each person differently based on where you are, um, physically, mentally, and then your astral. Okay, everything works together. All of these colors on the earth, and what they're doing, it's all from the cosmos. Okay, it's not something that's happening. It's not because of some nonsense that CERN Hydra Collider said that they created, opened up a portal for the spheres. All lies, all lies, all lies. All of this is by cosmic order, and it goes from, it is utilizes the astronomy to the astrology to magnify everything. So, you can't, some people don't want to deal with the astrology, which is okay, but you can't, and some people want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. You gotta look, everybody has free will. You gotta do what you gotta do. That's all you can do. But I don't see how you throw out astrology when in it's in the cosmos, and all of these colors, these rays come through every planet, and they affect everybody's body according to the planetary alignment in the rays. All of this works together. There's no one without the other. Some of us, I don't know. We close ourselves off to things because we don't have clarity, and then we don't seek the clarity. That's what the problem is. It's not that we don't have clarity, it's that we don't take the initiative to seek clarity. We just throw it out. We throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's bam. Magic is witchcraft. That's that. I'm done with it. And this type of attitude is the reason that there has been lines drawn and there have been divisions. Okay, it's not because of anything that was done in the cosmos, is because of how we're programmed, everything that we've taken in here. And you know what, maybe it is the cosmos. Maybe some of our ancestors were just wicked, and the mighty one just don't want to deal with it. He's not putting up with it. I mean, it it is what it is. And so on the 12 rods, okay, you have, we went over each one of the rods. You have on the right side, you have positive, the left side negative. So they say the negative is the female, and the positive, the 369 side is the male, the 4710 is a female, and then you have your neutrons, your protons, your electrons. The electromagnetic side is the 369 electrons. The magnetic flow is on the 4710, and then the neutral is the 125, 8, 11, and 12. And so at some point everything connects, and this is how we get, some will get those powers, is because the electrons and the um the magnetic flow, the magnetism and the electrons is going to pop off in those spheres that they call chakras in the middle, and they're going to line up. And then that's when everything lights off, and they call the kundalini, rises. But the kundalini, you know, um, it's an energy. This is all dealing with energy. This is not some type of snake thing, and everything that Gentiles in Psalms 83 put out and put in our head about this Apple thing and all of this. No, 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 no. This is all spiritual, all based on the cosmos, all based on the difference between exoteric and esoteric knowledge. And so there's a lot of work that goes into separating all of this information. I mean, it's a lot. So when you're dealing with the electrons and the protons and the neutrons, they're gonna the electromagnetic side is gonna hook up with the magnetic side, and the only way to do that is through this great force that's gonna hit those spheres. Okay, so when that happens, some people are gonna drop off. I mean, because a lot of people who have been taken out now, they're not understand why they falling, finding people, that just are just falling. A lot of this has to do with the rays, because when those rays hit those spheres, or those what you call them chakras, a lot of us are stuck in chakras. When they hit this system, the body, this earthly body, it's going to affect it in one or two ways, positive or negative. Okay, this is how your body, everything is polarity. Those principles of hermetics, you got to get those, because this is what everything is based on. There is polarity. Okay, there's a cause and effect of everything. Cause and effect, karma, good karma, bad karma. um, Gender is energy. It is the females, the positive side, the negative side. All of this, you got to get the clarity and get how it works. Okay, so I'll go back through the hermetic principles again. I'll cover each one at a time, and we'll look all that information up. Okay, so when you get up to Spirit 8, some people are in such a state, that they can't go any further, because Spirit 8 is the etheric matter. It is the oversoul. And some people don't even make it past, density 2, where you have the soul. Okay, because some people, a lot of people, when I say this, people think, everybody has a soul. No, everybody doesn't have a soul. I've been going back and I've been thinking about these orphan trains, and then now they're popping up again about these babies that are born, you know, that they're creating and all this, right? These beings don't have souls. Okay, if it wasn't created by the mighty one, it doesn't have a soul. Anything that was genetically engineered and hybrid, made a hybrid by the mighty one, I mean, by these man-made people, these people I hear that are making all these man-made hybrid things. Anything that's a hybrid doesn't have a soul. Okay, it's copied from something else. It's Gentile and Psalms 83 buffoonery, because they're all dealing in this wickedness and deception. So when you get to 4, 5, and 6, and you find people that are dropping off like flies, you got to think about it. And these people are people who probably don't have a soul. You're not going to be here and you don't have a soul, because when that ray hits you a certain way, you're not going to be able, your body won't be able to respond in a positive way. So it's going to act in a negative manner. Okay. I mean, I don't see a gray area in this. Okay. Some people see a lot of gray areas and things, but I don't see any gray areas here. You're going to either react positively or negatively to these rays. That's a given. So if you don't have a soul, it's not going to be a positive reaction for you. Okay, your response, your body is not going to respond positively if you do not have a soul. okay? And I'm not talking about because you sold your soul. I'm talking about you don't have a soul. Because if the mighty one gives you a soul, it's going to go back to him or her or the source or whatever. That's just the bottom line. That's where that returns. So then when you get to the etheric body and there's an oversoul, there's the same problem. It's going to react positively or negatively depending on where you are. Now, when a lot of the wicked get to Spear 9, okay, when they get to Spear 9, that's where they're stuck, okay? If you make it through Spear 9 or make it to Spear 9 and you have a good soul, or you've tried to work with or do for um, the Israel beings, then I don't know, you may make it to Spirit 10, the pre-matter state, because all of this is happening with all of these rays coming on the earth and these solar winds. I was standing out yesterday and the solar winds they were there. I mean, I went out there today, they were there. So these solar winds, a lot of the solar winds, this plasma and everything that's coming to the earth, your body is going to have to be able to hold up, because what's going on is we're going through, and the planet is going through a cosmic change. It's cleaning up, okay? And that deals a lot with the body. So when you get to the spirit 10, 11, and 12, now you're hitting the cosmic antimatter, the Cathar grid, okay? That's up at 12. So when you start hitting there, the crystalline liquid light-based body, the Mahara body, the avatar, if your avatar can withstand at this level, and then um, 10, 11, 12, because your Christos uh, body or your Christos consciousness has aligned, then you're probably going to make it through what's coming to hit the earth. But that's where everyone is, depends on your karma and what you've put out there. Okay. Scripture says, the sacred text says that a rich man, when it comes to him getting into the kingdom, rich people, when they've lived deliciously off of others, it's very difficult for them to get rid of that. When you've killed people to get where you want it to go, you're not going to make it. Because if you take a life, you're going to have to pay with a life. I mean, that's just divine justice. Okay? I mean, that's just the way it works. So when you get to density 5 to 13, 14, and 15, the standing wave, the flame or fire body, now you're at a different level. Okay? So what we're seeing on here with these spears, we're going to get to the next level with that. So anything below that thick black line there at 12 there, anything below there, you're dealing with the 15 primary rays of the lower heavens, okay? And so that has a lot to do with your body, and it has to do with the lower heavens, basically is the earth, the different dimensions, because there are different dimensions in the earth. At the earth level and at these lower levels, there are different realms. It's not just, the earth and that's the only realm. You can go to other realms within the earth system, okay? But that's going to be determined on where you are spiritually, okay? Cosmically. This is all spiritual. This is no longer about this thinking about, I want this, I want that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's none of that anymore. This is all spiritual. Every thought process, the consciousness is all spiritual. So when you get here at Spirit 12, and you're looking at these two, they call these the Vecas, Pisces, the Vesica Pisces. So it's the Vesica Pisces. Well, of course, Gentiles perverted. This is just another perverted image by the Gentiles. They say it's a creation of light, and they always show it as some kind of picture of a woman's, vagina and all this type of mess. And they have the creation of light in there, make it, but I don't think that's what it is. And of course, they turned the picture, around and everything, different from um, what the other picture is. They have to do this, okay? This is how they roll. So, but based on the way it's turned here, and they put a symbol in there. I and then there's this is Vesica Pisces, and then this is a tri. There's a Vesica on the right side. Now, I've been looking at this junk DNA and DNA. I think the one on the left side is the DNA as it is on the earth as we are right now. But I think on the right side, when you get to this level, I think um, and that power kicks in, I think it's going to be um, different. And I think this is a transformation into the DEA, and not, I think it's DNA on the left side and DEA on the right side. So the three-stranded DNA is the deoxyetheric acid, and the two-stranded is deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, now from what I understand, I was thinking that, the other people on the earth had two-strand DNA. But based on the fact that we looked at the other Sephiroth with the 10 spears and how they were set up, some of our people think that they only have one strand DNA. So we're looking at people on the earth with one strand, two-strand DNA, and then we'll have those on the earth with the three-strand DEA once it's activated. And I think this is what they found in, who was that woman they were doing the experiments on? Henrietta Lacks. I think she probably still had her third strand before we fell so low. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Because why else would she have had something different? All of our people probably had it, but before we became Black people, okay? It, we were colored people. I think some of us still had our colorings, and some of us still had, the could have had the three-stranded DNA. I mean, it's a possibility. Anything is possible at this time. I mean, these people have just lied about everything. So you just never know. So I believe that once you get to Spear 12, this is when a lot of the changes starts. Once that force comes upon Kai, the earth. So then when you get to 13th, 14th, and 15th, this is the key Riche. Okay. Okay, so this is the key Riche. These are the colors of the key Riche. Now, this is kind of, I had an experience with this, okay? So one day I was in the little small pool in the backyard, and this was before I knew what this was. And it didn't hit me until I was in the pool and I saw the colors, and I thought, man, those that looks familiar. Those colors look really familiar. And so then I ran in the house and started looking in my books because I wanted to see if I could find it. And sure enough, I found the colors that were in the pool. And you guys have to be the judge. I'm not here to make anybody believe anything. I'm just going to give you the information and tell you what I got, okay, and what I see or what I saw. Because I was in the restaurant in Longhorns one night with my son, and we were sitting, and I don't know if, how many of you guys is eating at Longhorns, but usually it's dark in that place. And we were sitting in the back, and it was very dark. And I saw the colors, this rainbow color on my plate. And I was just looking really strange. And my son said, Mom was wrong. I said, because I started looking around. I said, well, I was trying to figure out where those colors were coming from. And I say, do you see that rainbow across my plate? He said, yeah, I see it. And he started looking, and we could never find where the colors came from. And they were actually the same colors. So because I remember seeing the colors when I was reading, I took a picture of the color that was in the pool. So you guys, I'm putting it up here for you. I didn't make any changes, darkness or lightness or anything. This is the picture that I took that day in the pool. And this is the picture of the colors that I saw when I started studying the rays. Now, this picture, I took this picture like in 2001, during the summer of 2001. And the event with my son that happened in the restaurant happened around the same time. And I have other things, that, have shown me that this is the picture and this is where we are in regards to what's coming on the earth or what's on the earth right now. It's because based on what I see about this key Riche, it's a Kundalini energy pillar of light, this silver cord. And I just heard this dream about this girl today. It's the Shaddai that I saw on the brother's page, where she had a dream about some silver light or silver cord or something, but it reminded me of this Kunda Ray. I mean, so she had it in her dream. So this is like, wow. I'm like, okay, so things are finally starting to add up in the light. And if you notice, on this other picture, there's actually, well, before I go there, let me tell you what it says about the Kira shape. I don't want to forget to put this in there. It says it's a three primal, the original creation frequencies, the primary light fields or currents, the Kira shape. When all of the frequencies within the three embodied Kundalini currents, the fourth Kundalini current, the Kira shape, is activated. So when everything else, one density, dimensions 1, 2, 3, 4, then the key Riche is activated. So activation of the key Riche anchors the 12th dimensional hydroplasmic beam within the body, initiating the process of cellular transmutation and intentional demanifestation and dimensional ascension of the human biological form. So I think this is on the earth right now. So the Kira shade 3 primal light fields are often called the Shaddai pillar of first cause light, from which the 12 rays of the universal Kundalini life force currents emerge. Primary light fields. So universal life force current of density 5, dimensions 13, 14, and 15 of our time matrix. So I think this is what's going on now, and this is the energy, the rays, the forces that's coming upon the earth that's causing, so many people to start falling because they can't deal with this high frequency. So the human Kirashe begins at conception with the building of the Kundalini and the silver cord, bridges of interdimensional frequency that connects the fetus to the soul matrix and through which fetal integration of the soul essence occurs. This is what this young lady saw in her dream. And she said they were asking for, she was trying to interpret a dream. And she said that these people with this silver ray, that this light, this light form, they were in their light bodies. She said they were asking for the children. Now you guys will have to go and watch that video. Hold on just a second. Let me find where I saw that video. It was on BDELL 1014. It was on his website and it's titled 2023 Galactic Judgment. So go watch that vid if you have a chance, because I think this is what's going on, or this is what's coming, because it was about the children. They came, the light beings came asking for the children, and she said that she thinks it looks like the children were like below the age of 7. Okay. So I don't know, but it seems to all fit. It said as the Kundalini spirals are being set at the base of the spine within the fetal pattern, another bridge of frequency is set into the body in the regions of the navel, the heart, and crown chakras, and with the pineal, thyroid, and thymus glands. This part of the Kirashe emerges energies creates a bridge of 9-dimensional frequency, a silver cord that opens the crown chakra vortex for full fetal integration and connects the body form at the navel and several other regions of the body to the sustaining energies of the soul matrix and nada over body. The Kundalini energies at the base of the spine connects the silver cord frequency bridge, forming a main vertical current of energy remaining through the fetus and the morphogenetic field through which the body and consciousness will progressively raise in vibration and expand as physical growth and soul essence integration continues over time. So this is not something that happens overnight. This has been going on for a while. So, I mean, this is some important stuff. I don't know how it all fits together. I don't know. I don't, oh my gosh. It's one of these situations where you can learn as much as you can. You are still not going to learn it all. If anyone is in the mindset that they got it all and it's all about what's in just those 66 books or 90 books, or how many, oh, no, not even close. This matches up to what this young lady's dream was about. And before I heard that video before, no, I started this video, I couldn't finish it because the kids have been here out of school. They actually just went back to school today. So it's the first time I've actually had an opportunity to finish up this vid. But I listened at I listened at his Vidal's video before this because I was doing some cleaning. And so I wanted to have something to listen to while I was cleaning. But I didn't know until just now reading this that her dream had something to do with this, and she tried to interpret it, but I think this is what it's all about. You guys have to be the judge. You have to make your own decisions, okay? We're actually going into the 12 domains of higher heavens, and it starts here at this Sephiroth 12, at Spirit 12, and it goes up to 13, 14, and so on, because when you get past 15, now you're into the primal sound vibrations. Okay, the Kunda Ray. This is where you are now. You're all about the Kunda Ray, and this is all about all the colors. Okay, so there's is more than just the 7 main um, spheres that we've been talking about, and the other 3, the Ki Rashe. It's more than those 15 colors. There are so many more colors. And when you go past this Kirashe, you hit you hit the primal sound vibrations and the Kundalini. So you have the Kundalini at at spear 1 through 12. When you get past 12, then you go up further past the key Riche, and then you hit the primal sound in the Kundalini, the other lords of the other rays. Okay, because they're angelic beings, that deal with all of these rays. All of this is spiritual, and all of this is about the cosmos. And so things are being birthed, on the earth. We're going through this cleaning up process, and there is a lot going on, and we don't even know a quarter of it, because the mighty one has his angelics all over the world, all over the cosmos, doing their jobs, because everybody has a specific job that they do. So when you start getting more into the lights, and I know that some of our people have been seeing these rainbows. The rainbows have been in their homes. All of this deals with that. There are a lot of people who don't know anything about the rays, who have not seen any rainbows, who didn't see the feathers, because those feathers have to do with being balancing and weighing. That's another form of judgment. And so all of this, it works together. So if you're by hearing this, you should know by now whether you're a earth seed or a star seed. You can call yourself anything that you want to call yourself, but based on what's happening on the earth and with the transitions that we're making around us in our bodies, in our lives, what we're seeing, all of the different things, I mean, when I go out and I can see the solar rays, that is crazy to me. It's crazy. The solar winds, that is even crazier. So there's a lot that's going on. And then, being able to see these particles, that's something. They're tiny. So listen to Neophyte Dags. Listen to his last video, because it was really, really mind blowing. It was for me. Someone else may feel completely different about it, but I was completely overwhelmed, because this brother bore witness to a lot of information. So I'm going to close now, and I'm going to leave you with this. This is from Thought, the Atlantean, the Seven Lords. Hear ye, O man, listen to my voice, singing this song of light and of life. Throughout all space, light is prevalent, encompassing all with its banners, its flames. Seek ye forever in the veil of the darkness, because we're in the veil of darkness. Well, some of us still are. Somewhere ye shall surely find light, hidden and buried, lost to man's knowledge. Deep in the finite, the infinite exists, lost but existing, flowing through all things, living in all is the infinite brain. All praises to the mighty one. Much love and respect to the Ruach. Gratefulness, much gratitude to the Hamashiach. Shalom, beloved angelics. Shalom, shalom, Gentiles.